Achieving your goals is not as important as who you must become to achieve by achieving your goals. So very, very true. My name is Christopher D'Armani, and I help authors go from blank page to finished first draft to published book with ease. And today's quote for me is one of those ones that is, I put it under Toolset Tuesday, but it could go under pretty much any day of the week, really, because the reality is that who you are when you start writing your book, when you have that first idea, is not the same person who finishes that book at 90 days, 100 days, 6 months from now, however long it takes you to write your book. That's just a fundamental reality. You cannot complete something new without becoming someone new in the process. That's the point of the quote, and that's certainly the thing that I believe deeply in my soul. So today I want to talk about, in terms of Toolset, the 5 steps of dream fulfillment if you want to write and publish your book. So step number 1, a goal is a dream with a deadline. A dream with a deadline is a challenge because perhaps there are things you need to learn, right? So it's not guaranteed. But a challenge accepted is a mission, and if you accept this mission to write your book, some really cool things are going to happen to you along the way, including, when the mission is complete, fulfillment. And by mission complete, I would say your book is finished and published. Lots of scary steps in between there, lots of fun steps in between there. But all of that stuff really pales in comparison to who I must become in order to write and finish that book. It really does. And that's also why I spend so much time focusing on mindset issues, ways of helping me, and I hope you, get through some of those internal challenges, the gerbils, as I like to call them, because they just want to run around on a wheel and do nothing all day long, and tear you down as well. So dealing with that personal development stuff, dealing with those mindset issues is really my core focus in all of this, because that's the areas that I can make the greatest impact both in my life and in yours as a writer. It really is. Because sadly, for most writers that I know, this is the biggest challenge we face on any given day. Because writing is really, really simple. It really is. Writing is easy, and you just sit down at your keyboard and bleed, to paraphrase Hemingway, right? I was on a forum this morning, actually, and someone said, "How do I get over procrastination?" And I said, tongue in cheek yet seriously at the same time, it's really, really simple. You sit down at your desk, you place your fingers on your keyboard, and you start typing. That's how you get over procrastination. Another way you can do that is my 3-step mantra: make a decision that I'm going to write. Then, immediately following that decision, do whatever is necessary in order to turn that decision into reality. So that means, again, sitting down at my computer, putting my hands on the keyboard, and actually starting to type. Simple stuff, but it's the mindset stuff that bogs us down. It's getting us to sit in the darn chair in the first place that can be so difficult some days, which is unfortunate. So as the slide says, I've already covered this. The hardest part of writing a book, literally, is getting into the chair, putting my fingers on the keyboard, and being willing to do something once I'm finally there. Now, the good news is, of course, all of this gets easier with practice. It really, really does. Many of the challenges that I used to face, I don't face anymore. But on those times where I do, I have my trusty 2-minute timer, and I just turn that thing over, and now I have a 2-minute deadline, and my brain says, well, you better start writing because you have a deadline, even though it's completely artificial and basically nonsense. My brain says, well, you better get started. So I do. So I guess all of that to say that the mindset issues of my writer's toolbox, if there's 8 compartments, probably 6.5 of them are filled up with ways of getting my mind to get out of the way so that I can do my job, which is to write. And my bet is the same is probably true for you, right? So I love this little exercise. If you think that I'm actually joking about this, I want you to do this. Make a list of all the things that you've done today to avoid sitting down at your computer and writing the next sentence in your book. Sounds crazy, but please do the exercise. I think you'll be horrified at the lengths you're willing to go to not write, even though writing is the thing that I would hope that you love like I do. So some days My list can get really long. It can. It can also get really, really depressing because even though writing is this thing that I absolutely love pretty much more than almost anything else in the world, I fight myself against doing it, which is insane, truly insane. So my encouragement for you today is simply avoid all the nonsense. Just write. It's way easier. It's way faster. It gets your book done way faster. And if you're like me, writing is one of the things that you love most doing in the world. So why would you avoid doing it? It's nonsense. Total nonsense. I know in my heart that writing is what I was born for. And my bet is that if you're here watching me on this video, that you feel in a similar manner. If not, what you were born for, you probably feel that it's really important in some big area of your life. So just do it. So just do it. Really, really easy. It can be really simple. We just have to allow it to be really simple. And that's the problem that we face way too often, is that we overcomplicate it. We put all these other things in the way that don't belong there. Step number 1, make the decision to write. Step number 2, write. Step number 3, repeat as often as you need. It really is that simple. But we do like to complicate things. So if this video has resonated with you in any way, I would love for you to like it and share it on your social media platforms. I would love for you to share in the comments as well what you use, what tools you use to get over the whole procrastination thing and get yourself doing the thing that you love doing. I would love to hear that. I would love also if you would connect with me on social media. Go to sleekbio.com/Christopher. All the links for my social media accounts are all there, and there's a couple other goodies there for you as well. And last but definitely not least, please join my July giveaway for a lifetime license to Publisher Rocket. If you're unfamiliar with the tool, just go to the link that you see on screen, christopherdiarmani.net/giveaway, and I've got some information there that goes over a brief explanation of what the software does for authors like you and me. And then I've also included some links so you can go directly to the website and learn a whole lot more, because it's a complicated, I would say it's a comprehensive, is probably a better word, comprehensive piece of software that really does a lot to help writers like you and me make sure that we can get more eyeballs on our books once it's finished, published, and out there for sale. So take a look at that. And again, ask yourself this question. Grab a notepad and a paper and write down the answer. Who do you think you need to become in order to write this book? And if you feel super brave, I'd love for you to share that in the comments as well. I really would. So with that, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will talk to you again tomorrow.